The building is secondary in the landscape, not primary. It's a site that's evolved as a consequence of a lot of care and repair. I remember the first time I came here, and I think that as I walked probably about 20-30 metres out from the house along the cliff, just on my own, it was evident that there was something really special about this place and unique, and you could feel it. So this project in Kangaroo Valley has been in the office for, I guess, about 16 years. And we first were involved on the site when we designed a house for a couple with one child. The family grew in size. There were spaces, additional spaces that they needed to have, and some of that was seasonally based, and primarily because of the climate here, which in winter can be extremely cold, and in summer it can be unbearably hot. And I think this spatial requirement, the connection with the landscape and understanding of the landscape, and a better attempt at getting a higher level of comfort in a more sustainable way and at a lower cost, wrapped up into, very neatly, a very clear brief. Architecturally and diagrammatically, we couldn't extend the house. So what we decided to do was connect the two buildings via a bridge. So that took us from a floating pavilion to a new grounded pavilion. We were fortunate enough not to have to make really any modifications locationally wise, and that was important because we get an alignment from the primary circulation spine of this wing straight through into the old wing. The original one was clad in copper. It was done for a purpose. We decided that a masonry material for a grounded building that's clearly coming out of a rock plateau was an appropriate way to move forward. What we have done is use copper in a very different way to ensure we've got a threaded continuity in material and in some architectural language detailing aspects. We also decided that it was prudent, both from an architectural perspective but also from an environmental perspective, to have a concrete roof. That concrete roof has enabled us then to have a green roof, which then helps with reducing heat gain in summer, reduction of heat loss in winter, and also, given that we're in a bushfire context, using a plant that's 90% water. In terms of the environmental agenda, there was a suite of initiatives. We put together, I guess, a combination of active and passive principles or systems. So the active opportunity was geothermal ground loops, tempering water to 19 degrees, running it through heat pumps and providing heating, cooling and ventilating. The second active system was a 27 kilowatt solar array, and what that's enabled is a 95% off-grid condition with a 50 kilowatt battery backup. In the shoulder periods, then the house is designed using a series of AWS window suites for all the glazing to stack back, open up, and for there to be complete ambiguity around what's inside and what's outside. And I think that then transforms the house, gives the house a great degree of flexibility. We're able to benefit from a new system, which was a top-hung system. So that dealt with weight issues, because a lot of the doors are between 2 and 2.4 metres wide. They're 3 metres high, weighing up to 300 kilos each. So conventional track rolling systems were not really an option. The sections are really clean, and having a flush interface between inside and outside with the integrated strip drain just made it a no-brainer. It was an obvious decision. I'm really pleased with the decision to work with a character change and accept that this is a different building of a different time, but still part of the one home. I think because of that, they then knit together really beautifully.